everyone, it's Sharon, Recreation Programmer for Child, Youth, and Family at the City of Burlington, and today I'm bringing you a dancing popcorn experiment. You are going to need a few things for this. A clear glass jar. It needs to be clear, otherwise you're not going to be able to see what's happening. I do have a shallow baking dish to try and contain any mess, so I'm just going to pop my jar in that. You're going to need 2 cups of water. You're going to need vinegar, and you'll need a cup of that. You're going to need some baking soda, and we'll need 2 tablespoons of this. And then you need some popcorn. And you can use an eighth to a quarter of a cup of the popcorn. So obviously your kids can have fun doing all of the processes for this because there's nothing really dangerous in any of this. I've pre-poured some of my things, but you don't have to. You can get them to do all these processes. So you're going to take your 2 cups of water and you're going to pop it in your container. Fantastic. Next, you're going to have them measure out 2 tablespoons. 1 and 2 of your baking soda. Just give it a stir because you want your baking soda to dissolve. And you can talk about dissolving solids in liquids as a part of this experiment as well. Do you know that if your water is warm, that is going to dissolve much better and it's not going to be quite so cloudy? And then you're going to take your popcorn. As I said, you can use an eighth to a quarter of a cup. This happens to be an eighth of a cup. And you're going to pour it in your jar. So there it is. So you can ask your kids what they think is going to happen when you add your vinegar. If they have done any of your volcano activities, then they are going to know something's going to happen when you add the vinegar. But what do they think is going to happen? So you can chat about what you think might happen when they add that. Here goes. I'm going to move this up. There's going to be a volcano-like reaction, which is why we have our baking dish. And then it could be hard to see because there are bubbles, is that the popcorn is kind of bouncing up and down. Thus, the dancing popcorn. To keep the reaction going, you just keep adding more vinegar as you go. And now there's all sorts of popcorn on the top. Tons and tons of popcorn on the top. There's hardly anything on the bottom. You can see lots and lots of bubbles. Tons of bubbles, and it's keeping the popcorn on the top. So you can discuss why this happens as a part of the science experiment. And you're just going to keep adding, and I haven't even used my full cup of vinegar. You can just keep adding vinegar as you go, and it will keep this experiment going. And your popcorn's just going to keep going back and forth, and it's going to look like it's dancing. So there was a couple fell down, a couple popping up, a couple fall down, a couple pop up. Now there's a whole bunch of them that are falling down, but they keep popping back up again. So you can talk about why it does that, and you can do this for quite a while. This reaction will actually last for almost a good 10 minutes. So it gives you an opportunity. It's kind of fun to watch. It's a little bit weirdly soothing. You potentially could time it. You could try it with different amounts of baking soda and vinegar. You can use it with club soda and see if that makes a difference. you can start really playing around with this experiment to see how different things react with this. You can do this with popcorn that is already popped as well, but it eventually will get soggy. So this was very little popcorn. It's 1/4 cup of popcorn, some water, a little bit of baking soda, and some vinegar, and you have the dancing popcorn experiment, which lends itself to lots of conversation about why this happens. Super fun, super simple. Stay inside, stay safe, and don't forget to live and play every day. Have a good time. We'll see you next time.